Hey everyone, this is Paula from Email Tool Tester, and in today's video, we're talking about Substack, a tool that has really taken off in the past few years. It's free, it's simple, it lets you get paid for your writing. I mean, what's not to love, right? I remember when I first joined, it felt like a nostalgic place on the internet, where people would write just for the joy of it. But that simplicity is kind of in the past. And before you jump in, let me tell you, Substack actually gives us plenty of reasons not to love it. There are some big downsides that can seriously hold you back, especially if you're looking to grow, make money, or simply have more control over your audience. But let's take a deeper look at that. Substack makes publishing a newsletter super easy. That's true. Even today, it's still quite simple to get started. Just sign up, start writing, and click publish. But over the last few years, Substack has introduced a bunch of new features. You can now publish podcasts, upload videos, host live chats, and there's even a Notes feed. Notes is basically a social media feed for short posts, kind of like what Twitter once was. And yes, this also works by algorithms, and you see lots of posts coming from people you didn't even choose to connect with. You see what I mean? All of this makes Substack feel less and less like a focused newsletter tool. I'm not the only one saying that. Even they now describe themselves as a media app, with writing just being one part of the package. All of this is to say that the tool, or should I say the social app, is now packed with noise and distractions. Now let's break down its features so you can see if it is still a good match or not for you. Quick bonus here, if you want to compare our ranking for the best newsletter tools, you can check out our free comparison template linked in the description below. You can see how tools like Substack, Beehiiv, and Kit compare in terms of features and pricing all in one organized place. First, let's talk about how Substack works with just one single monetization feature: paid subscriptions. There aren't any paid plans to use in the platform, so no matter how big your list is, yes, you can use Substack for free. But things change once you decide to start charging readers. Substack will take a 10% cut of your paid subscriptions, which is some of the highest rates we've seen. And when you add payment processing fees and other small charges, the reality is you're losing around 13% of your earnings every month. Ouch. There's also not a lot of flexibility when it comes to how you charge readers. Substack lets you set up a monthly subscription, a discounted yearly one, and a premium option called the founding member tier, where readers can pay more to support your work, like a donation. You can also either set a fixed price or let readers choose what they pay for the founding tier, as long as it's higher than your yearly rate. For these subscribers, you can also offer something extra if you want, but that's optional. And that's all. You can't really create any multiple pricing tiers, and you cannot monetize in other ways directly through the platform, like selling digital products or managing ads. Another important thing to be aware of with Substack is that you can't have full control of your audience. First off, Substack doesn't really offer segmentation. Basically, you can choose to send your emails to either all your subscribers or just your paid ones. Obviously, that's far from ideal if you intend to organize your list based on things like engagement or specific interests. They do offer a workaround with filters, but that's messy and not really helpful in the long run. I'll explain how it works. You need to go to your subscribers page, and from there, you apply filters to see just a specific part of your list. Let's say, for example, people who have only opened 2 emails in the last 6 months. From there, you can select these subscribers manually and click to send a specific email to only them. But there's no way to save that group as a segment or to have it update automatically over time. You can, of course, export this filtered list, but you can't really do anything with it. Substack also doesn't offer any kind of automations besides a welcome email. Another key thing to know about your list on Substack is that the platform allows people to follow you instead of subscribing to your newsletter. meaning they can just follow your posts in the app, but they won't be subscribed to your mailing list. And even worse, Substack also allows subscribers to turn on something called smart notifications when they download the app. This means they can choose to just receive a notification in the app instead of receiving your emails in their inboxes. And no, you're not notified when that happens. So you could be losing readers without even knowing it. If having full control over your list and sending targeted emails is important to you, Substack is definitely limiting, to say the least. Lastly, some creators have faced real platform issues too, like Lucy from the Hype Yourself newsletter, whom we interviewed on our blog a while ago. She built her Substack as her main livelihood. Then she shared earlier this year how when she tried to delete her podcast from Substack, her entire publication was gone instead. She had no warning and very little support from Substack to recover. Definitely not the kind of problem you want to deal with on a publishing platform. Okay, enough about Substack and all the issues that come with it. I'm here to help you find solutions. So if all you need is an easy-to-use newsletter platform that actually helps you in the long run, that's totally possible. You might need to invest a little after a while, but there are good reasons for that. I'm going to share a bit about Kit and Beehiiv today, since they are our top favorite for creators. But no, they're not the only options out there. We have a more detailed article with the top 6 newsletter platform for creators that I will link below, so definitely check that out if you want to compare features and see which tool works best for your goals. Anyway, back to Kit and Beehiiv, let's take a quick look at what they offer. Kit has always been built specifically for creators. It gives you a lot more flexibility than Substack, with strong features like automation, segmentation, landing page, and even the ability to sell digital products directly from your newsletter. It also has a very generous free plan, so you can try it out before you invest. We use it for a tool-tester newsletter, and while it's a bit more work to set everything up initially than Substack, it's not really complicated. If you're serious about building a business around your audience with multiple revenue options, Kit can give you that extra power and control. Then there's Beehiiv, which calls itself the newsletter platform built for growth. Beehiiv is designed for anyone who wants their newsletter to be the core of the business. They also offer a free plan to get started, but to be honest, all their strongest features are available only for paid users. They offer great tools to grow your audience, like paid recommendations, and many monetization features for your newsletter, like multiple subscription tiers and their own internal ad network. It's fairly easy to use, 100% focused on newsletters, and they're always rolling out cool updates to keep improving their features. For example, they have recently announced that they acquired TypeDream, a powerful website builder to help their users build a professional website. Like I said, these are just 2 examples. Depending on your goals, niche, and budget, there are plenty of other interesting tools that might fit you better. So don't forget to check our links below. In my personal experience, Substack left out one of the biggest joys of running a newsletter. That feeling of directly reaching people in a personal space, away from algorithms and distractions. I heard from many readers that they have chosen to stop receiving emails and instead they follow their favorite writers only within the app and catch up whenever they can. Because the platform has grown so big, their inboxes just got overloaded with Substack. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally, but I understand it might resonate with people who enjoy that kind of built-in community experience. Another reason I'm not going through a Substack is that I don't plan to charge for subscriptions anytime soon. And that's really one of the main reasons to use the platform in the first place. I would also love to be able to segment my list, since I run a paid community, and sometimes I need to email only the members. Anyway, a couple of things to keep in mind. To wrap this up, although Substack might look simple and appealing at first, it can be really frustrating. Between the high fees, lack of control, and limited features, it's just not a platform built for small creators who want to focus on their newsletter as a sustainable business. That's why so many writers and creators are choosing other tools that give you way more freedom, better monetization options, and full ownership of your audience. Once again, check the links below and they'll help you find the one that fits your goals best. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have had an experience with Substack or other newsletter tools. Subscribe to see more on this topic, and see you in the next video.